In fact, it just annoyed them and made them determined to not be with me. So I decided I had to go underground with it for a while. I decided that I couldn't be so overt about it. I couldn't be so in their face about it. So I just practiced in my own mind. When I would hear a complaint from someone, I would write down, if I could, or remember if I could, what is it that I think they really want? Because it's pretty easy to know what someone wants when they're expressing what they don't want. And then I would practice seeing them having what they wanted rather than seeing them as not having it. I began practicing seeing them as they want to be. When I saw someone, when someone indicated to me that they were sick, I immediately began to see them as well. And I began practicing the vibration of wellness. And then one by one, as my friends would present themselves to me, not one of them was put off by my newfound vibration, because this is the way it would play out. They would say, things aren't going well for me. And I would say, you know, I heard about that, but then I remembered who you are. And I began practicing in my own mind. When I'm not with you, it's much easier, I have to tell you. I began practicing in my own mind who you really are. And I've discovered things about you that are so intoxicating that now I think about them, not because I'm trying to help you improve, but because it just simply feels so good for me to acknowledge who you really are and what you've really got going on. And this is the list I've made about you. These are the positive aspects of your life. This is who I know you truly to be. This is how I see you. This is how I know you. And this is why I love you, you see. It is our promise to you that as you begin practicing the positive aspects of circumstances and events, of governments, of other governments, of political parties, of people that you know, of family members, of your mothers and your fathers and your children, as you begin, of your friends, of people that you have formerly called your enemies, as you begin to tune yourself to what this time-space reality is helping you to put in your vortex about them. You see, these aren't just people running around annoying you or pleasing you. These are people running around causing you to build a vortex version of you. They are the reason that you are expanding. And so when they are the reason that you're expanding and you look back at their trouble, now you're extra mad at them because first they caused you to expand and now they're holding you back from your expansion. What we want you to realize is that no one can hold you back. There is no assertion in this attraction-based universe. It is all attraction. And so as you begin to play with this a little bit, as you accept that you are vibrational beings first and foremost, as you acknowledge that you and everyone that you are interacting with is causing you to build this magnificent vortex of creation, and that the source within you dwells there and experiences the fullness of all that you have asked for. And as you, little by little, tune yourself to the frequency of that vibration, what you will begin to notice first is that you just feel better. The edge will just lift up off of you. Next, you'll begin to notice that wonderful ideas are flowing to you. You'll begin to notice that your memories of your past are changing, where the good memories are coming forward and the memories that were not so good fade and you can hardly remember them at all. You'll begin to notice that people around you are on your vibrational wavelength. You'll begin to notice that you're thinking something and someone right next to you, even somebody that you don't know very well, will verbalize it, and you'll look at them and feel such camaraderie, such harmony, such co-creative connectivity. You'll say to them, you may not believe this, but I was just thinking those exact thoughts. We are so on the same vibrational wavelength. And then not only will the ideas flow, but connections of all kinds will begin to appear in your experience. Not because they are magically just being formulated out of thin air, but because you are tuning yourself to the frequency where you can now pick up in a receptive manner on them. And as you begin following that bliss, following that feeling of pure positive emotion, what you'll begin to notice is that your vortex will continue to expand and call you, and expand and call you, and expand and call you. And you will never run out of the feeling of surprise and delight, because it works like this. You were source energy before you came into this magnificent physical body. And even though a part of your consciousness came forth into this body, the larger part of you remained non-physically focused. As you sift through the details of this life experience, you are constantly putting requests, and even more than putting requests, you are expanding into a vibrational version of yourself that you must keep up with if you are to live the joyous life that you came forth to live. You can't hold back from that which you are. You must go with the flow of that which you are if you are to live the joyful life that you have come to live. So as you lean in the direction of this pure positive energy, as you praise and look for positive aspects and really make a habit out of feeling that pure positive energy, and as you move into the vortex again and again, as you make that vortex the place that you usually are, as you recognize when you are there and you recognize when you're not there, then what begins to happen is the vortex, as it keeps moving to another level and another level and another level, as you keep keeping up with it, you keep being privy to the new insights that are there for you. Are you getting an understanding of what we're saying? It means this is what's been happening in all of these hours that we've been playing together today. You are tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and up to speed with who you really are. And it's a rare one of you who is not really hearing everything to the depth and in the meaning that we are meaning it. Now, that doesn't mean that tomorrow you will remember it all or that you could even repeat it to everyone. But it does mean that you found a way to get into vibrational alignment with who you are and to know the fullness of who you are. And doesn't it feel good to do that, you see? So then what happens next is that as you begin to abide in this vibration of well-being more and more, and of course now you're getting feedback from others. Others are noticing that your life is going better, you're feeling better, you're having more vitality, you're having more stability, you're having more really good ideas. You'll have an idea or an impulse about something, and when you apply it, it really pays off. You'll find things just going well. You'll find yourself repeating the mantra, everything is always working out for me. It feels like the entire universe is just wrapped around me. It's like a concierge in the sky that is just opening doors for me everywhere I go, everywhere I go, everywhere I go. And then, and this is the part that we are the most exhilarated about expressing to you, because you're up to speed and ready to hear it, and it's something new that is hatched even as a result of the conversation that we've had here together today. And that is that, we touched on it earlier, as we said, you never get it done and you cannot get it wrong. But here's the way we really want you to see this. As you reach for this feeling of well-being inside your vortex, and you milk it and practice it and sustain it and succeed it, in other words, accomplish it, make it the vibration that is most dominant within you, and then you witness the manifestation that must unfold because it is law. Your acknowledgement of what worthiness really is will come full stream into your knowing. Because when you came into this physical body and you began exploring and you began making your statements of what you want and lived some life without the things that you want and felt the discord of wanting something that you couldn't figure out how to get, but then you became aware that you were personally, vibrationally holding this thing away from you because of your attention to its absence rather than your attention to its presence. And then you began focusing upon what you wanted until you trained yourself, or better said, till you allowed the vibration of your vortex, the vibration of your source, to train you into that higher vibration. So you've done this deliberately. You know what it feels like to be out of sync, and you know what it feels like to be in sync. And you get in sync on purpose. You're doing it on purpose. You're aligning on purpose. And the first recognition that you have that you are in alignment is that you feel better. You just feel better. It's that feeling of faith. It's that feeling of hope. It's that feeling of knowing. You just feel better. But then you get to see the manifestation of this thing that you've been asking for, and you know without any doubt within you whatsoever that it was your accomplishment of vibrational alignment that allowed the unfolding of these events. That is deliberate creation at its best. And we have to say to you that when you deliberately intend something and you recognize you're out of wackiness about it, And then you do something about that being out of vibrational sync, and you deliberately get into vibrational sync, and you revel in your alignment, and then you witness the manifestation. Then you know what worthiness truly is. It's alignment, it's enlightenment, it's source flowing through you. We have enjoyed this interaction more than words can convey. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain infinitely, eternally, and blissfully in the vortex. What a nice day. You guys are wonderful.
Thanks, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate the invitation. You're wonderful.